We were a few days ago watching a video about a couple that had bought an old, like a big old farm and farmhouse, and so like they were just doing the first time on their channel, like the walkthrough of everything, and it really was. I mean, it was like watching what do you call it? Like a time capsule. There were so many old things in the
Especially stuff in
barns
the
and in the
inside.
house, yeah, that were really interesting. And so a lot of things were left in the house, like furniture and, you know, just like all kinds of stuff. Things that are in the different rooms, tables, chests,
Outside had farm implements and tools and
and parts of things. So we were watching the video where they were kind of doing this walkthrough of the house. And as they were going through things, like one of them would video while the other one was, and you would constantly hear them, like they would find a box that was closed or locked or a drawer or a file cabinet or something. And over they would say, open it up, see if there's any money in it. Say, open it up and see if there's any money in it. And it hit me when they were just almost finished with the tour. I was like, man, they're looking for treasure, but they're in the treasure. Like they were in this incredible house that had all of this cool stuff in it, and you know, pictures of the past and memories, and it just reminded me, the more I thought about it later the next day, how often we live our lives like that, just so eager to find, you know, the treasure in something, and like moving on to the next thing and rushing to get through something, that we don't see the beauty in what we're in currently in. And so I've just really been convicted to stop and slow down and go, okay, what are we in? And just spent some time journaling about that, and the fact that we started this whole eBay journey. I mean, it started way before eBay, but we were wanting to build something together that we can do together, and that would allow us to work from home, and you know, just allow us to earn an income that is for us, and a business that we can enjoy together. And like God took us down some crazy paths, and we discovered a lot of things that weren't for us. And I'm sure you're going to keep touching on things like that. But he eventually led us to eBay, and this has ticked so many more boxes than anything that we have ever done together, I think. So I want to be intentional about slowing down and going on a daily basis, instead of being frustrated over little things and letting it ruin my attitude or my day, or you know, just my joy, just rob me of joy when I get frustrated about small things. To just stop and go, this is what we dreamed about. Of course, we would love to be making more money and it be bigger or whatever, but do we really want it to be bigger? And I think that's something that we're starting to ask ourselves too. If we can become more efficient and more profitable with what we're doing, do we want to keep growing it? Or do we want to maximize our time and energies by just being proficient at this part and allowing ourselves to have time for more of the things that we enjoy?
yeah, I think specifically over the last since the last live, for me, some of the things that we are trying with the hopes of speeding up some of the process of eBay, because even to a certain extent, we are able to, you know, get in and out of a thrift store much faster now than we were, you know, a year ago.
Oh, way faster.
To the point that we went to two on Monday. But, you know, the temptation is, okay, well, if I can get faster at this, instead of doing, you know, X, I want to do 2X. And I constantly need a reminder that that was not the point. That was
No.
not the plan. And I think in a certain way, a guy kind of reminded me about that because over the last week, you know, I've just physically not been able to do
The amount of work
twice
you
as
want.
many. I was able to get done what we were supposed to get done, but that's it. And, you know, I see this happen. Well, back in the day when I was renovating houses, and especially nicer houses, I would see people buy a house that had been, to a certain point, been recently renovated not that long ago. And see the people buy the house and immediately, before they even moved in, wanted stuff renovated, got the kitchen, got the bathroom. I'm like, what in the world?
Nothing wrong
There's
with it.
nothing wrong with this. And why would you want to do that? Well, you know, I don't, their reasoning is their reasoning, but they couldn't even enjoy that they just bought the house. And that's, you know, where we all live. We live in this constant scenario where it doesn't make any difference where we are in the journey. We are still obsessed with further down the road.
We're just, contentment is just something it's not an option for us. We just can't be happy where we are. We want to be slimmer, richer, younger, possess more. Like we're just not satisfied. So I want to be intentional about changing that, changing
Yeah.
my attitude in that, because that doesn't mean that circumstances change. But if my attitude changes, I mean, joy's up to me. It's not up to my circumstances. And if I don't learn to really slow down and have a heart posture of gratitude and joy, then no amount, no size business is ever going to be enough to please me, because there's always going to be something bigger and better just down the road.